TikTok really quick. I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys. There's some information here that's relevant to a video that I had posted in regard to elephants moving to higher ground in Africa. Listen to this video and keep in mind that my intent is not to spread fear, it is to spread awareness.
Take a listen. Anomaly over here at ventusky.com. This is the email I got from Kelly O this morning at 9:42 a.m. asking, is the dark red object an anomaly or a freak wave of 85 feet coming from the Antarctic Ocean? It's traveling up through the Atlantic in the coming days. So I got to looking myself over here at ventusky.com. I've used Ventusky for many, many years, and it's normally a very reliable source of information. And here's what I found. I went to the feature under waves, significant wave height. Sure enough, there it is. And we're going to go back in time and take a look at when this thing originated. It first appeared on the map over here at ventusky.com. And it does appear to originate from the Antarctica area, deep down in the southern hemisphere on April 9th, the day after the eclipse of 2024, around 2 p.m. And here we go. I'm going to step it forward 3 hours at a time. There it is. Shows up in the southern Atlantic Ocean, implying that there is a very large field of waves measuring 83.7 feet. And I couldn't help but notice the interesting shape of whatever's going on down here. More strange energy showing up in various places around the world. So I'm going to step it forward another 3 hours. It gets bigger. And it gets bigger. We're going to step it forward another 3 hours, 11 p.m. on April 9th. Gets even bigger. We're going to step it forward again. Now we're into the 10th, and it is 2 a.m. Much bigger, uniformly moving to the north. 3 hours again, still moving to the north off the southwest coast of Africa, out in the Atlantic Ocean. Now it's even bigger. You can tell it's longer and wider. Stepping forward again, another 3 hours, 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. on the 10th, 8 p.m. on the 10th, 11 p.m. on the 10th, and you can see now it's much bigger, showing a wider field. In fact, we're going to measure this area and get an approximate size of what's going on here, but this is at 11 p.m. on the 10th. Now we're stepping it forward yet again 3 hours, 2 a.m. on the 11th, and then going from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., it disappears off the map. I think what we're dealing with here is a USO, not necessarily a rogue wave, but some sort of a large rogue object that was sending signals as if there was an 80-foot plus wave out here, when all along it possibly could have been some sort of a large underwater craft creating these wave anomalies. Now we're going to go over to zoom.earth. This is the area right here where the anomaly showed up on ventusky.com. We're going to measure the approximate size of this thing. Goes from right there off the coast of Angola, well past the southern tip of Africa. Here we go, off the coast of Angola, down past southern Africa, and we'll stop right there. Approximately 2,000 miles long, and that could be conservative. And looking at the possible width, somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500 miles wide, and that would be the approximate size of this energy field or disturbance that's being detected, not necessarily a possible USO that could have been traveling underwater. And look what else I found down in the southern hemisphere. There's one buoy down here in the southern hemisphere that's in event mode. It's not off the coast of Africa, but if you look over here off the coast of Africa, there are no buoys in this area where the anomaly's at. There's none. There's some that are close, but none where that anomaly showed up right in here. Looking at earthquakes, there have been no large earthquakes down here in South America. Coming back to the National Data Buoy Center, where the buoy is in event mode, implying a tsunami or some sort of energy disturbance in deep South America. Look at what it shows. A vertical movement of nearly 2,000 meters. That would be 6,000 feet right off the coast of South America. So what if, just what if, something moved over here, creating a disturbance, not necessarily an earthquake. This thing traveled down here between South America and Antarctica, and then up through the Atlantic Ocean, showing up over here on ventusky.com as a persistent 36-hour 80 plus foot wave anomaly like Kelly noticed this morning around 9:40 a.m. If it indeed were some sort of a very large underwater craft, came out, moved around this way, showed up over here on ventusky.com as a huge rogue wave system moving through the Atlantic Ocean. It's just a possibility, guys. I'm trying to think outside the box. Here's